Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's time to go out on a little hunt. We're going to go into some stores. We're going to look for some physical media. Not a lot of new releases, but hey, we usually find some fun stuff out there. Let's get into some stores. Let's have some fun. Let's look for pop culture items. Let's look for physical media. It's easy for me to say, not editing that out, but either way. Let's get out there. Let's have some fun. What are we waiting for? Let's go.
Are all nerds as good as you?
I drink to that.
All right, let's go into Target first. And you saw that little clip there. Rest in peace, Robert Carradine. Watch that little tribute video I did about some movies of his. But they got this Rey Mysterio from WCW. Look, they got Uncle Howdy. And they still got the Piper's Pit set. A little Cody Rhodes action. Jay and Braun Breaker. Got a basic style Rey Mysterio. Not too much over here, though. Kind of empty wrestling wise. Over here on this shelf where the DC stuff is. Not a whole lot here. They got a Platinum Edition figure there. They need to mark down those damn Superman figures there. Somebody might get them. They got some Spider-Man figures. Hypno Hustler. Cardiac. They got the Optimus Prime He-Man crossover. Those are kind of cool, but I'm not interested in those. Got some G.I. Joe. Damn, look at the price on them things. $55. That's ridiculous. Not a whole lot else over here. Power Rangers. What in the hell is this? Slam Heroes. That's weird. Oh well. Then over here in the back, you have to walk by the books and the vinyl. And look, they got a Space Jam section here. I think it's the anniversary of it. So they got some plush, some clothes. They got some, look at that, plush figures there. Look, most of the characters, pretty much all the characters from both teams. Some shirts. And their NECA / Funko section, whatever you want to call it, is shrinking. These are cool. Look, the head helmets, whatever you want to call them, Transformers. We got Bumblebee. We got Optimus Prime. Do they have, there he is, Megatron. What else they got? They usually only have turtle shit in here. Not a whole lot of anything else. It's taken over by all these little miniature toys and stuff. Avatar figures. That Simpsons phone, somebody told me, is being clearanced in some Targets, but not in mine yet. But we'll see. A few DC things, Pops. I don't know that anybody's going to pay $15 for Pops anymore. Oh well, not too much over in this section. Look at this. This is kind of tiny vinyl, only in Target. They got little albums like Creedence Clearwater Revival. Basically, it's got 2 songs on it. I don't even want to know. Do you have to flip those things over? Jelly Roll. Is anybody buying these things? Doesn't look like any of them are missing. Not for that price, but it's raining, but we're going to go into Barnes & Noble. Let's see what we can get in here. Maybe we'll find something. No clue if they're going to have anything new release-wise. There's nothing really 100% new that's out this week. That's a nice slipcover on that Five Nights at Freddy's 2. They got the Steelbook and the slipcover version. Which one do you like the best there? But you never know what you'll find in Barnes & Noble. But yeah, they do at least get Arrow stuff and all kinds of stuff in here. So you never know what you're going to find. I want to see this movie here. Regretting You. McKenna Grace, she's in the new Scream movie, and her role is not big enough, if you ask me. Song Sung Blue, somebody else told me that was pretty good too. I think that's streaming right now though, so I'm going to probably watch that first, and then I'll decide. The little Kino section is 50% off still, but it's dwindling down. Xanadu, Mouse Hunt, sale will be off soon. Kindergarten Cop. Why are some of them in security cases and some of them aren't? That's weird. Little Buddha. Kingpin. Some pretty decent titles there. Pink Panther Strikes Again. On the flip side, The Adventures of Maul Flanders, Sabrina, Vice Squad, one of the worst transfers of the year, 4K wise. Babe, both of those. Best Little Whorehouse of Texas. The Lady Killers. I might need to pick that up. I gotta double check, see if I have that one. Peter Sellers, Alec Guinness. That's the original. Tom Hanks did the remake. Pink Panther. There's the Pink Panther Blu-ray without the slipcover. So they didn't put slipcovers on the Blu-rays. Look at there. There's the 4K with the slipcover. And there's a Blu-ray without one. There you go. Revenge of the Pink Panther, In and Out. Bone Collector. Very underrated Denzel Washington movie. What's over in this section? Little cheap movies. Popeye. Knives Out. Nothing much. What's on the end cap? Magnificent Seven. Better Off Dead. They usually put some Steelbooks over here. Oh, they got the 4K Arrow set of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And Spawn. Randomly Aliens is back over here. So Serenity, 40-Year-Old Virgin. There's the slipcover version of All the President's Men. And look at there. That's one of the things I was telling you guys about. I'm going to do a pet peeves video, I think, of that. Look at that. Security stickers at Barnes & Noble and everything. Scream, there's the re-release of the Steelbook along with Transformers 1. I did a little short of my Scream reaction video, Scream 7. Watch that, please. And let me know what you think if you've seen it. Put it in the comments under that short. Casino. There's that Ben-Hur slipcover and Steelbook. The Crow re-release Steelbook. Over here on this end cap, we got the Blob. Not too much. They did release this. We already had a Steelbook, but now you got the slipcover version of Small Soldiers on 4K. There's the Minority Report slipcover version of the 4K. Yeah, Small Soldiers, man. Those stickers on there, they'll kill you. So watch out for that video. We got Section 31. And look, I'm going to put these back together. Slipcover or Steelbook? Which one do you like best there? Mean Girls gets a 4K release. I think that's already been out in the Steelbook, if I'm not mistaken. Catch Me If You Can, the slipcover and the Steelbook. All those Bond movies. Top Gun Maverick, I think that got a re-release on 4K. Superman, they still have the lenticular cover. And let's get out of this section. Look at all these pops taking over where the physical media is. It's pretty cheesy. Night Gallery, I just recently bought that in that imprint Blu-ray set. Check out my haul videos and you'll see when I bought it. A Goofy movie. I had that on Disney Blu-ray, but somebody gave me an offer I couldn't refuse to buy it. Look, there's Dexter Resurrection. Yeah, I sold some of those Disney ones for a lot of money, the Blu-rays from the club back in the day, so I couldn't pass it up. I wasn't watching them anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I can fund and buy the movies that I want to watch. Not a lot here in the TV stuff. What do we got over here? More pops. Here's some anime stuff. They got The Mask. What do you guys think about that Jim Carrey when he made that appearance? A lot of Botox, if you ask me. Here's some Arrow titles. The Cell, Cheap Thrills. I keep telling everybody that is very underrated. Cruising they get it back in, but it doesn't have a slip or anything. The Visitor, very underrated movie there. I love that cover artwork. Westworld, hey, they did stock it and they got the damn spider wrap crushing it. Look at that. We'll be talking about that in a pet peeves video. Packaging and buying stuff in stores. Look at that damn thing right there.
That's Bush. Bush League. You hear me? Andre!
Oh, look, we got a new Criterion. It's on DVD? Really? What the hell, man?
Holy shit.
Big Criterion section of 3 titles next to the A24 stuff. They've got most of the new A24 movies in here. They always get those. We got some script books, Midsommar. And let's go over here on the rack, just see what we can find. Constantine, that's a nice looking slipcover. What else we got? Cool Hand Luke. Warner Brothers knocked it out of the park with some of their slipcovers this past year. There's another one, Dirty Harry. Check out my Jeffy Awards video. Me and Slipcover Steve picked our favorite slipcovers of the years, and you guys voted of the year. And you can watch that to see what won from 2025. Somebody put the Back to the Future set up here in 4K. Barbie Ballerina. What the hell is this? The best Christmas pageant ever. Loretta Swit. That's got like a UK kind of rating sticker on it. What in the hell? F1 DVD just randomly laying up here. Blazing Saddles 4K without a slip. Carrie, that's the 4K Steelbook. Chocolat. Cottonmouth. Oh well, what do we always say?
Whoopsie-daisy. By God. We're going to have to clean that up later.
And I keep setting the damn alarm off. Hey, there's one of those Paramount Presents titles. Mommy Dearest. I always ask, do they still release those? Oh, I thought that was something different. That's damn Mission Impossible. What else they got? Anything good? There's Friday the 13th. That's what I was talking about. Look at that sticker on there. Good luck getting that off. And then I've had them where it pulls the foil off if it's a foil top to the slipcover. So Evil Dead, which of those do you like best? The cover of the slip or the Steelbook? And there's another Steelbook, right? That was Walmart. I can't remember. Romance of the Stone, very underrated movie, man. Where's the 4K of that? Now that Disney owns that stuff, we probably won't get one. Oh, I thought that was something else. It's Mickey 17. I'm going to put Lady Killers. Damn, man. Look, there's 2 things I knocked over. We'll clean up when we're done. Slapshot, that's a random Steelbook. Older title. I do pick up everything that I drop on the floor. I don't leave it. Don't worry. There's not going to be a video that I don't drop something, I guess. I'm trying to look through these movies and pick them up and pull them out on the shelf with one hand. You got to remember that. I'm recording with my phone on the other one. Steelbook of Platoon. Nightmare on Elm Street. That's not even Freddy from the first movie, is it? North by Northwest. That's a nice slipcover. So is that one. One battle after another. I like that slipcover. Don't see a whole lot down there. Do you? Oh well. Let's go around here. I'll pick up this that I dropped. Like I said, we'll clean it up. That was Cottonmouth. I'm pretty sure that was a recent release. What'd you say?
No ways.
It's that thing over there. For them to know people's over in the section in case somebody tries to steal something. Oh well, they got vinyl soundtracks. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, very underrated movie. I like that. Saturday Night Fever, Pulp Fiction, a really great soundtrack. Not so much Mamma Mia. Charlie Brown, look at there. And Stranger Things, Guardians of the Galaxy, not Hannah Montana. What in the holy hell is this? The things you find in Barnes & Noble. They can't keep physical media, but you get that. All right, so we're going to go into a Walmart. I'm not expecting to find much, but hey, we'll even look for clearance stuff people are finding. This is a section of action figures and stuff they got up front. Got Marvel's Whiplash. There's Venom and Captain America. Here's some more Marvel. Spider-Man. Lots of amazing Spider-Man stuff here. $45 for that figure.
That's too fucking high.
Some G.I. Joe. They're not even showing you the window of the figure now. You got just a sealed box. So lots of G.I. Joe stuff. Some really old Marvel figures. Shit, dude. Those things are all ancient. Thunderbolts. That's marked down. Looks like it's $20. I like this J. Jonah Jameson figure. I thought that looked pretty cool. And that's pretty neat. Cyborg Spider-Man. I really like that figure. I remember that character. I was big into G.I. Joe when I was younger. Got a Cody Rhodes figure. Greatest hits. Sure it's in here. We'll look. Got some Thundercats crossover with Masters of the Universe. Got these WWE Superstars. I used to buy a lot of those, but just kind of got out of them. I was buying a lot of them because I was making custom action figures from some of the parts. You can pop those arms off, legs off, heads off really easy. This figure's marked down. That's a nice looking figure. I like the case. Oh, the packaging. There's a platinum edition. Damn, man. All kinds of stuff over here. Iron Man. Let's get out of this section. This is the actual toy section. So they got some Transformer stuff, clearance. $25 is not clearance if you ask me. But they got WWE figures. You got Tiffany Stratton Ultimate Edition. You got Uncle Howdy. That's kind of cool. Lots of Uncle Howdy, only one of her. Got Logan Paul up there. Got a Scott Steiner Ultimate Edition there. Not really seeing a whole lot else there. Street Fighter. Let's go to the next aisle. Look, they got the clearance plush marked down to $350. Some Bart stuff. That set there is only $10, so that's a pretty good deal. There's a mini Bart. That's clearance there. Some of those I know video game Sega figures were like $2. They got this section here back towards the movies. What is this? $38 for SHF Figure Arts. SH Figure Arts, I mean. Damn, man, that stuff's expensive. Nobody's paying that much for that little thing. Get that shit out of here. All right, over here in this section, this is where they got the new Easter movie, Somebody Loves You, and iconic favorites. I'll just give you a quick glance of these. I didn't really look at these as much. But that Ben-Hur with the slipcovers over here for $20. VeggieTales, Bluey, Ren and Stimpy, the almost complete series. Prince of Egypt. I think it's got a 4K release. Then you got the iconic moments mixed in with some of the Universal ones, but with the quotes on there. Shawshank, Last Samurai, Lost Boys. That's pretty neat. Conan, Blade trilogy. In the main section, they do have Five Nights at Freddy's 4K Blu-ray DVD, $27, $22. Sizu, the sequel, $25 for the Blu-ray, $20 for the DVD. That Predator Badlands got a badass slipcover. Dexter Resurrections, $25 on DVD. Smashing Machines, $30 on Blu-ray. The Blind, Begonia, Springsteen. What else we got? Savage Hunt. And then the Love Hurt slipcovers on this end cap. Not going to dive too deep in there. That Excalibur got that 4K release that we saw in Barnes & Noble. And they pretty much the same ones we've seen everywhere. So over here they got the Godfather Blu-ray, the 4K Blu-ray Steelbook. Silent Night, Deadly Night. One of you guys asked if I was going to review that. I will. They got the Scream re-release. Dead Silence, Nightcrawler. Lots of Steelbooks, damn, at Walmart. This is awesome. Finally got Dogma in stock in most of the stores. The Lionsgate Limited Steelbook is awesome of that, though. Some TV stuff. You got MASH, Little House on the Prairie. Deadwood is awesome. Drew Carey Show isn't clearanced in here. It was like down to 50 some in one of the Walmarts. The Waltons, Peanuts. This Walmart's got a lot of physical media, mostly DVD, but that's okay. Fringe, Mad Men on Blu-ray, Ray Donovan, Sopranos, Bates Motel, Dexter. There's where that Friday the 13th set would be, the Shout one, 129. They never had it. They just had this sign. The Office, Nashville, Friends, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a pretty good show. Wish they had that on Blu-ray. Batman Beyond, The Flash, Supergirl. That Spartacus is $20. The Magicians, $30. Hercules. Blu-ray of Battlestar Galactica. So there's that Cottonmouth in here, $15. Earthquake, that's an Asylum movie. That Astronaut on DVD, $13. Carpenter's Son. Just giving it a quick glance. Keeper, a random 4K over here with all these damn DVDs. Kate Beckinsale stuck over here in DVD hell. They have a $5 bin, and it's actually in bin. It's got a lot of horror in it. Look, Strangers, Chapter 1, Evil Dead Rise. Oh, not 50 Shades. Last Voyage. The original Frankenstein. Smile 2. The Stand, Stephen King Stand. Damn. Lots of good horror in here. TV shows. Crypto and Scooby. And that 3-pack there, Beast from the Deep. That's a Shout release. And X. That's one of my, I think that is my favorite one of that trilogy, X. And then we got Countdown. So nice $5 bin here. Then over here in the toys, collectibles, whatever you want to call it, they got this Terrifier Art the Clown from Kid Robot. It looks a little weird, not sure. Vinyl face, shoes, and sunglasses. Body is plush. Then over here on the same section, they got this Blade. That's kind of cool. That's a Platinum Edition statue. And then we're looking in the clearance section, and I saw this. Look, this John Cena set. It's got 3 Elite figures. Got a U.S. title belt. That's clearanced. And I heard somebody say that it's actually cheaper than the price that it's scanning. So get your John Cena set here. Yeah, John Cena, the champ, is here. And I'm out of here. Alright, so let's take a look online. These are the releases that would have been out February 24th, 2026. You got the main 2 that a lot of people want right there. You got Excalibur 4K. Been waiting for a really good 4K copy of that to come out from Arrow Video. And then we got Westworld, very underrated movie there. Yul Brynner, Westworld 4K from 1973. Then we got, that's also from Arrow Video. We got Network 4K coming out from Criterion. I'll probably wait for the Criterion sale, the next one, to get that. Tank Girl 4K, I'm pretty sure that's the regular release. The VSU release came out earlier. You got the Phantom of the Opera 4K, that's from, these are Vinegar Syndrome releases there. The Man Who Wasn't There is another 4K release from the Criterion Collection. You know, we found that in Barnes & Noble just on Blu-ray for under $10. So if you don't want to spend the money on the 4K, you can get that. Terra Firma, a trauma movie coming out in 4K from Vinegar Syndrome. You got Made in Hong Kong Volume 2. You got Prison on Fire 1 and 2 4K. We've got the Japanese Godfather trilogy. The films Hisayusu Sato, however you pronounce that. Boxcar Bertha 4K, that's the next cinematograph release. I may end up getting that even though I've got that movie already on Blu-ray. There's your Blu-ray of Excalibur. We got Blast Off Girls. We got The Great Silence 4K. That's another Vinegar Syndrome release. The Snow Creature, Christina Lindbergh, Extended Director's Cut. Not familiar with that. The Eurocrypt of Christopher Lee Collection 3. She Shoots Straight. We got some Warner Archive of Tarzan and His Mate. And Stranger on the Third Floor. And Mongambo. And then we've got no clue how to pronounce that. Not going to try. We got The Last Mistress. We got Debs. I'm assuming that's a re-release. You know, it looks like Sony is re-releasing a lot of their older titles. The Dead Thing, a Shudder original. That was a Vinegar Syndrome release. We've got Loopy de Loop, the complete collection. Debbie Does Dallas from Vinegar Syndrome. Duel to the Death. Tag the Assassination Game. That actually stars Robert Carradine. Rest in peace. We recently lost him. We got the next Richard Pryor stand-up comedy tour film, whatever you want to call it, Here and Now. That's on 4K release. Boys Go to Jupiter. True Romance 4K. There's your Blu-ray of Westworld. She Came from the Woods. Stranger Eyes. New Rose Hotel. I'm pretty sure that was a cinematograph release originally, so that would be your standard Blu-ray case release. Dead Boys Can't Fly. Looking Italian. A Desert. No clue what those are. After School. We got Force 5 from the MVD Rewind collection. Smoke and Mirrors, the story of Tom Savini. I know that's been released before, but that's a new release of that. A re-release. At Close Range 4K. That was a cinematograph release. So got a re-release of that. The short films like Treasures of Soviet Animation. Birthright. I'm pretty sure that's a Shudder movie. High School Memories. Network. There's the Blu-ray. The Ghost 4K. Raw Talent. An unfinished film. Driller. Retribution 4K from Severin. We got Trigger Man. Date with a Vampire. And that was from the Visual Vengeance line. And I think I've already shown that in one of my videos early by mistake. Pink Narcissist. The Encampments. There's The Man Who Wasn't There Blu-ray. In Our Blood. Man Finds Tape. That looks intriguing. I don't know anything about that. Put in the comments down below if you know about that. Doomsdays. Nothing else interesting there for me. New Religion. The Black Six. That's Film Masters limited edition release. Bunch of anime. The Secret Lives of Bill Bartell. Nothing there. And then that's about it. But I would go up here and show you that they did add on this site all of the slipcovers that came out of Walmart up here. So if you look, you got the Batteries Not Included, the Conan, The Last Samurai, Rush Hour, Shawshank, Lost Boys. Was there any other ones? So they did put those on from Walmart on there from last week. But either way, big release week last week. A lot of catalog stuff this week. Mostly Vinegar Syndrome stuff and Arrow videos. So that's about it. So let's go ahead and close out this video. So what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am JevMan316, your pop culture reporter. As it says there, if you could read it, it's blurry. JevMan316 Live. That's where you and I join up right here, usually on Sunday nights around 9 p.m. Eastern. We watch along the movie, talk about pop culture, physical media, and just have some fun, wrestling, everything else. So hopefully you guys support the channel by doing that. pretty decent hunt. If you might, we did find a couple of items in Barnes and Noble. It's always fun to get out there and just look. I saw like Steelbook Obsessed post a video this week, and he was talking about how it's nice to get into the store and actually tangibly touch some physical media and items instead of just cold getting the shit from Amazon in a box or a bag and not knowing whether it's going to be destroyed. Like touching it, feeling it, picking the one that you want out of all the ones on the shelf. It's fun. But either way, hopefully you like that, and hopefully you keep supporting the channel. The haul will be next. Watch that. Got some other like hunts, thrifting type videos. Got a rest in peace tribute type video that I did about Robert Carradine. Watch that. Just watch any videos on the channel. And when you do that, even if you only watch a few minutes, do the easy thing. Please like each video. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Do all the normal YouTube stuff. And then once you subscribe, it's free of charge. Why not? Hit the notification bell. You'll know when I post new videos, and everything else, all the other ways you can support me are in the comments. The description down below. You can put comments down below if you want. What'd you pick up this week? What'd you look for this week? But either way, down there in the description, my Valoria video link is down there. The code JeffBand316 to get you 10% off your first purchase. My eBay store, my Instagram, everything's down there. So please support me any way you can, and I'll keep making content. So until next time, boys and girls, this has been JeffBand316, your pop culture reporter, signing out saying you guys be safe out there.